All right, everyone, welcome back to All Wings Everything, and I am your cook, Spinelli. Now, today's video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Creole style honey glazed wings. Now, you probably never heard of this, but if you're a fan of Creole seasoning like I am, I love Creole seasoning. I love to add it to my seafood, like my shrimp and my fish. It just tastes much better than just regular salt and pepper. And I sometimes add it to my poultry. So today what I decided to do, let's try to add this Creole flavor to some wings and make a sauce that has a Creole style flavor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this delicious recipe. So what I need for you to do before we even get started is to head to your kitchen, get your things, get ready to follow me, because we're gonna have a ball in this video. So I'll meet you guys in the kitchen. I'm out. All right, so here are the ingredients we're gonna use today in this recipe. We have our Publix green wise chicken wings. We're gonna use some honey. We're gonna use some Zatarain's Creole seasoning. We're gonna use 1 lemon, some chili powder, ground mustard, paprika, and we're gonna use some ketchup. All right, not many ingredients for today, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I've already measured out our ingredients as I normally do to make sure we move through this recipe pretty quickly. I've already cut and cleaned my chicken. So right here we have 1 teaspoon of dry mustard, 2 tablespoons of Creole sauce. We have 1/4 of a cup of honey, 1/2 a cup of ketchup, 1/4 a cup of lemon juice, 1/4 a teaspoon of paprika, and 1/4 a teaspoon of chili powder. So these are the measurements we're going to use for this recipe. So let's go ahead and move on. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to season our chicken. So we're going to take a tablespoon of the Creole season, and we're going to save the remaining Creole season for the sauce. So take a tablespoon of Creole season, sprinkle it over your chicken. And once you do that, give it a good mix. Take a look at it, and let's move on. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to line our pan in aluminum foil. Of course, I don't have any aluminum foil. I ran out, so I don't have that. But we're gonna, if you have aluminum foil, go ahead and line your pan. Also, go ahead and spray your pan with cooking spray. This helps with the cleanup. So go ahead and line your pan, spray your grates with cooking spray, and then we'll move on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place our chicken onto our pan. Again, what I like to do is I like to place my chicken skin side down first, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch apart, depending on how many pieces you have on your pan. And so go ahead and place your chicken on your pan, skin side down, about 1/2 inch apart. And once you do that, we'll move on to the next step. All right, so now we're going to transfer these chicken pieces over to our oven. I've already preheated the oven to 425 degrees. We're going to stick these bad babies in the oven. We're going to set our timer to 55 minutes. And again, after those, after half of the cooking time, what we're going to do is we're going to turn those wings over and let them cook the remaining time on the other side. All right, so now it's time to prepare our sauce. So what you want to do is you want to take your ketchup and you want to put it in an empty dish. Next, add your honey. Add your lemon juice. Now add your chili powder. Add your paprika. Next, your dry mustard. And lastly, add the remaining tablespoon of your Creole seasoning. Once you do that, give it a good mix to combine, incorporate all those ingredients. And what we're going to do after we combine the ingredients and give it a good mix, we're going to let it sit for about 30 minutes. And then once we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to add it to a pan, and then we're going to get it cooking. All right, so once you give it a good mix, we'll move on to the next step. All right, so now it has been halfway through the cooking process with our wings. So what we're going to do is we're going to give those chicken pieces a turn and allow them to cook on the other side. So go ahead and turn all your chicken pieces over to the other side so we can let them cook evenly on the other side. Once you do that, we'll move on to the next step. All right, so now it's time for us to start cooking our sauce. So what you want to do is you want to take that prepared sauce and you want to pour it into a pan. And once you pour it into the pan, what you want to do is you want to turn your heat up and allow it to boil. And once it starts boiling, you want to reduce the heat and let it cook for about 10 minutes on low heat and allow the sauce to thicken. And once you do that, we're going to pour that sauce back into a bowl. Also, make sure you continue to stir it while it's cooking. So after the 10 minutes, we'll pour sauce into the bowl and then we'll move on to our next step. All right, so now our wings are done. Let's take them out of the oven, move them over to the counter and take a quick look at them. All right, let me know what you guys think. I like that dark brown look on them. They're crispy, they're juicy. I like the way they look, folks. I hope you guys are following me with this recipe. All right, so let's move on to our next step in placing the sauce on these wings. So let's move on. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to transfer the wings from the pan into an empty bowl so we can start getting these wings sauced. So go ahead and remove the chicken from your pan. And once you finish that, we'll move on. All right, so now it's time to pour the sauce on our wings. So take your sauce, give it a good stir, and go ahead and pour this on top of your wings. Since it's a real thick sauce, you don't have to spoon it. You can just pour it over the top. It's not going to make them too saucy. And once you do that, you want to take your lid, cover your wings, and you know we're going to do a little shake it, bake it, bake it, bake it, shake it, bake it, bake it, bake, shake. All right. And go ahead and remove the lid and take a look at that. Wow. All right, so let's move on. All right, so now it's time to transfer these wings to an empty plate. So go ahead and remove your chicken pieces from the bowl and add them to a clean plate. They smell good. Once you do that, we'll move on. And hot dog it. Look what we got here. Honey glazed Creole wings. Look at that, folks. Look at that color. Looks good. If you followed me on this recipe, you should be eating right now. And go ahead and leave a comment below because I know you're going to have a comment after you bite into these wings. Take a look at them, people. Look at the reddish, bright reddish color. Man, these look good. These look great. All right, so now it's time for me to do what I do best, and that's quality control, just to make sure that these things are safe to eat. So let me grab me one. Yes, these are great. I like the Creole seasoning. I like that flavor. It tastes real good. I love this. You're going to enjoy these wings. I like these wings. And the honey glazed, oh man, it's all perfect, folks. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish off this plate of wings. Nothing is worse than eating a plate of cold wings. So if you guys were here with me, I probably would share maybe one or two with you. But since you're not, I'm going to go ahead and eat that one or two I was going to give you. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This thing came out really, really well. I knew it would just because it's Creole seasoning. Like I mentioned, Creole seasoning is one of my favorite type of seasoning, especially to add to my seafood. And I'm telling you, it works wonders on chicken and in a chicken style sauce. So if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so right now, because you want to be alerted every time I release one of these videos. And if you have anybody, friends or family that you think that may like this video, please share it with them. And until then, I'm your cook Spinelli. This is All Wings Everything, and I am out. Peace. Everybody stand up. Introducing the one and only, the most anticipated and highly underrated